Hi guys, this is Doug Jessup, the TV garden guy. With me today, Gage Fitzwater with Easy Rain. I mean, the name fits, right? Okay. So Gage, I got to ask, with a name like Fitzwater and Easy Rain, I mean, how'd you come up with the idea?
So the idea for the name just came. My dad actually owns a company called Easy Gates and Gardens where he builds garden boxes for people.
Cool.
And I just wrote a list of 25 different names and kind of halfway copied his. I had always told him, I wonder what it would look like if you spelled it correctly and didn't do easy. That's how
Yeah.
his is.
No kidding.
And then, yeah, once I whittled down that list of 25 names, this was the best one. It was the simplest. I always knew you want to name a company something so easy that nobody can mess it up. Two, four-letter words.
Yep.
Doesn't get more simpler or applicable to my business than that.
Perfect. And what's your website?
It's myeasyrain.com,
EASY. Like
spelled correctly.
spelled correctly. Okay, yeah, okay,
Yep.
that makes sense. So let's get into that. Easy rain. I mean, we live in a desert, and so water is a very precious resource.
Yes.
And you do a bunch of different things. And this sounds like an odd question, but what is the difference between a rain gutter and a rain guard?
So the rain gutter is what actually catches the water off of your roof and protects your house, your foundation, your soffit and fascia, your roof, your windows, your siding. You have to funnel the water away from your house because when you've got a big catchment surface like a roof, you get enough water coming off of that thing and it'll cause bad damage. So your rain gutters and downspouts are meant to deal with that and put it the place that it's supposed to go. A gutter guard is to then keep those clean. You can have gutters up on your house all day long, but if they're clogged, just like any other drain, it's not going to do you any good.
No.
So I always tell people gutters are like the plumbing system for the outside of your house. So if you've got a toilet or a sink that's clogged, it's going to cause huge issues. Same thing with your rain gutters, and a gutter guard filters out all of the leaves, the debris, everything that could get in your gutters and clog them, and only allows water to go through so you don't have to get up and clean them anymore.
So how long have you been doing the rain gutters first?
So total, I've been in the industry about 10 years.
Wow.
And then I started the company in the beginning of 2023. So,
What do you think people might not know about, since I mean, you install a lot of rain gutters and rain guards.
yep.
What's something that people might not know about rain gutters?
The biggest thing is what their actual function is, or sometimes even that they exist. So
Hmm.
it's one of those things that a lot of people have no idea is even on the house until there's an issue,
Oh, yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's, hey, where's all that water coming from off of my roof? The biggest thing that nobody realizes, the number one purpose of a rain gutter is to protect your foundation.
Oh,
Your foundation is the most important part of your house. Once that goes, you set off a chain reaction of a bunch of way worse problems. So a lot of people will ask, do I need gutters everywhere in my house? I just want them on the front of my porch to protect me when I walk outside. You got foundation everywhere on your house.
yeah.
You need rain gutters anywhere that water is likely to fall off of that roof. So.
Now, rain guards haven't been around for all that long. Is there a particular kind of person that needs a rain guard more than another?
Gutter guards apply to anybody who does not want to risk their life getting on their roof and cleaning their gutters.
Okay, this is like it's like my wife saying, "You're not getting up on that ladder. Get the young guy to do it, right?"
Yes.
But well, and that is the thing. I mean, you look at the possibility of accidents. I mean, you guys obviously know what you're doing,
Yep.
but how long? So I call you up because the cool thing is, I love the fact that you actually answer your phone personally.
Yes.
And so from the time that you get a phone call, about how long does it take to get either a rain gutter system or a rain guard system put together?
So we try to get to the house and evaluate the home and what it actually needs within 3 days. Ideally, we get there the next day
Wow.
from the time we get the phone call. There's such variance in homes. We have to put our eyes on it to make sure that we're customizing the solution correctly for a house. If only every house was built the same, my job would be extremely easily. Unfortunately, they're like fingerprints and snowflakes. They're all different. So within 3 days, preferably sooner, if the schedule allows, we try to get to you as soon as possible. From there, from the time that somebody decides on the solution, we go over all the options for people of what would actually fix their problems. ranging from simple to most complex and most permanent fix. From there, at the very most we ever take on a very complex house is 3 weeks to get you on the schedule and get it done. Oftentimes, from the time that you've decided to get the work done, we can get you done the next day or within a week. So, depends on the scope of the job. And then the actual timeline for the job, again, depending on complexity, could be a couple hours to at max 5 days if you've got a very big, complex problem or house that needs work done. So.
So, Gage, it sounds like Easy Rain has kind of figured out ways to help your roof and your foundation be safer and such with everything from this, the tape and the coils that you use in the winter. But, a lot of people have gutters. Okay. A lot of people probably don't have the leaf guards. But the question I guess I'm wondering is, okay, you've just bought a house or you've got a house that you've had for a while and it's got rain gutters already in it. How do you know when it's time to replace those old gutters?
Great question. The simplest, easy way is have somebody like us come out and do an evaluation. Because when you buy a house, you really don't know until you live in the house for a certain period of time. So the easiest way is to have not a home inspector, and a home inspector is has general knowledge of many topics. If there's anything that you want to know about, including rain gutters or anything else this applies to, have an expert in that field come and look at it and tell you what it needs. Even if a gutter system is brand new, our air is so dirty, it's so windy in Utah, and the majority of homes have asphalt shingle roofs, which shed into your gutters. We do brand new homes all the time that call us out and say, hey, I don't have a single tree within a mile of my house and my gutters are still overflowing. Tell me why. We get up there and they're 3 inches full of dirt. So anybody who doesn't want to have to worry about maintaining that, their rain gutters and have damage caused by them, if the smartest thing to do right when you move into a house, just have the the gutters cleaned and put on. That's going to extend the life of your rain gutters by 2 to 3 times. To answer your question more directly, a rain gutter system, if installed at least modestly properly, should last between 10 and 15 years. If it's either maintained very scrupulously or has the gutter guards on it, effectively they'll last forever. The thing that damages a rain gutter system is water sitting in them. So if they clog and water sits in there, just like what water does to everything else, it'll corrode it. It corrodes out the seals in your joints, corrodes the metal, and they'll start to leak. They'll hold weight. They'll start to pull away from the house, away from the soffit and fascia, and they'll be damaged. So depending on how well they're maintained, yeah, somewhere between 10 years up to a lifetime if they're maintained properly or have the gutter guards on them. When we do a brand new gutter guard system, or when we do a brand new rain gutter system and gutter guards installed at the same time, we will lifetime warranty that the gutters never leak, clog, or sag, which effectively are the 3 problems you could ever naturally have with a rain gutter system.
Well, let's get real. I mean, the amount of damage that a bad gutter system could do to your foundation. Oh boy. And I realize it depends question, but what's the average price of a new rain gutter system and or a leaf guard?
So, depending on the size of the house, an average price, and depending on the complexity of the roof line is the other thing. It's easier to give just a bigger range. So, a very small job may run between $1,500 and $2,000. A larger job could be up to $7,000 to $12,000, which sounds like it might be a lot. However, if foundation damage occurs and when your foundation sinks, you have to do a process called underpinning to it. The average cost to have that done and then have it backfilled so that way it's level again is about $50,000. So the amount that you spend to prevent the issue, just like almost anything else, is always going to be far cheaper than ever having to deal with it in retrospect.
Well, I mean, you're not old enough to remember this, but there used to be a commercial. It was Fram oil filters. You got to pay me now or you're going to pay me later.
100%.
I'd rather pay less now than later. Wow.
100%.
So, Gage, what geographic area do you serve?
So the vast majority of where we serve is from North Ogden down to Spanish Fork. We will go as far if we get calls to Logan, down to Nephi, over to Evanston, and even we've done jobs over in Wendover. So
Park City, Tulip.
absolutely, yep. A huge portion of our business comes from both of those corners of town because they're pretty close relative to Salt Lake, but a lot of contractors don't like to go that far. And for us, it's only 45 minutes, so we'll travel that distance for sure.
And remind me what your website is.
MyEasyRain.com.
That's phone number to reach you at?
801-971-9846.